I followed a millionaire for 30 days, documenting every habit that separated them from average people. What shocked me wasn't their intelligence or connections. It was these surprisingly simple routines anyone can copy. While you're hitting snooze and scrolling Instagram, millionaires are executing a systematic morning ritual that sets their success trajectory before most people even open their eyes. This 3-hour morning blueprint completely transformed my productivity overnight, and it's just the first of the 5 powerful habits I'll reveal today that can revolutionize your approach to success. The 3-hour morning advantage: why you're missing the most productive hours of your day. What if I told you the most successful people in the world aren't working more hours than you? They're just working different hours. While you're hitting the snooze button for the 3rd time, scrambling to get dressed, and rushing out the door with barely enough time to grab coffee, millionaires have already accomplished more before 9 a.m. than most people do all day. Picture 2 different mornings. In the first, you wake up with just enough time to shower, scroll through social media, and maybe grab breakfast before racing to work. In the second, you rise while the world is still dark, your mind clear and focused, with 3 full hours to dedicate to your most important priorities before your workday officially begins. Which do you think leads to greater success? Your brain operates differently in those first few hours after waking. Science shows this is when your prefrontal cortex, the command center for focus, creativity, and decision-making, is at its peak. Most of us waste this golden window on autopilot activities that contribute nothing to our goals. The ultra-successful strategically leverage this biological advantage. Tim Cook rises at 4:30 a.m. to handle emails before his 5 a.m. workout. Oprah begins her day at 5 a.m. with meditation. These are deliberate choices that harness their brain's most productive hours. Research from the University of Toronto confirms that early risers show 20% higher productivity levels and report 40% greater life satisfaction. By adjusting your wake-up time, you could experience this same transformation in your daily output and happiness. This millionaire morning formula breaks down into 3 powerful segments. The first hour cultivates the mind through meditation or planning. The second strengthens the body through exercise and nutrition. The third accelerates success by tackling your most important task of the day. Take Mark, a struggling entrepreneur who implemented this routine. Within 6 months, he doubled his income. Not by working more hours, but by working the right hours with complete focus and intention. Those morning hours completely transformed my business, he says. When you win the morning, you set yourself up to win the day. Each productive morning builds momentum that carries forward, creating a foundation of achievement that supports every other success habit. The reading revolution: how millionaires outlearn everyone else. That foundation of achievement doesn't end with morning habits. It extends to what fills their minds daily. The shocking truth about millionaires isn't when they wake up, but how they feed their brains while everyone else feeds their social media addiction. Would you believe that Warren Buffett spends up to 6 hours a day reading? That's not a typo. 6 hours. Every single day. When was the last time you finished a non-fiction book? For most Americans, it's been months, maybe even years. The average person reads just 4 books annually, while self-made millionaires are devouring information at a pace that's creating an unbridgeable gap between them and everyone else. This reading habit is like an athlete's training regimen: consistent, disciplined, and transformative. The research is clear. 85% of self-made millionaires read 2 or more books every month. That's at least 24 books a year, 6 times more than the average person. They understand something most people don't. Knowledge compounds faster than money ever could. Bill Gates takes his obsession with reading so seriously that he schedules 2 entire weeks each year for reading vacations. You can start small. What if you blocked just 30 minutes daily for your own mini reading retreat? What makes this reading habit so powerful is the strategic approach. Millionaires practice knowledge arbitrage, taking insights from one field and applying them to completely different industries, creating innovations others can't conceive. This cross-pollination of ideas lets you see connections invisible to everyone else. The more you learn, the more you earn, says Warren Buffett, and he's built his entire fortune on this principle. Start building your knowledge advantage by reading just 20 pages daily, about 30 minutes of your time, to finish a book every week. This simple system works. Commit to those 20 pages daily, take implementation notes, and teach what you learn to someone else. Teaching clarifies your understanding and embeds knowledge deeper than passive reading. Imagine your mind after a year of this practice. You'd absorb 52 books worth of knowledge, ideas, and strategies most people never encounter. While others scroll mindlessly through social media, you're building a mental framework that helps you recognize opportunities they'll never see. The 80-20 principle, the time management secret that instantly doubles your output. Knowledge might be power, but knowing where to direct that power is the real game changer. Did you know that most people waste 80% of their energy on activities that produce only 20% of their results? This hidden mathematical relationship has helped create more millionaires than perhaps any other principle, yet most people have never intentionally applied it. Let me introduce you to the Pareto principle, discovered by Italian economist Vilfredo Pareto, who noticed something fascinating. 80% of Italy's land was owned by just 20% of the population. This relationship is like a leaky bucket. Imagine pouring your energy into a container where most of it seeps out through invisible holes, while only a fraction actually fills the bucket. Think about your own life for a moment. Right now, approximately 20% of your daily activities generate 80% of your meaningful results. The rest? Mostly busy work that keeps you feeling productive without moving the needle on what truly matters. This is where millionaires separate themselves. While most people scatter their energy across all tasks, the wealthy analyze their activities and focus intensely on what produces the highest returns. The pattern appears everywhere once you start looking. 20% of customers generate 80% of revenue, and in your daily work, 20% of your tasks create 80% of your progress. Time tracking studies reveal something profound. Most people complete their meaningful work in just 20% of their available time. You're likely doing your most important work in small, concentrated bursts. The millionaire approach follows 3 simple steps. 1. Identify all your activities. 2. Measure their actual impact on your goals. 3. Eliminate or delegate the bottom 80% that aren't significantly contributing. Tools like Toggle for time tracking and project management systems like Trello have become essential for entrepreneurs applying this principle. A real example: a call center that implemented the 80-20 rule by prioritizing key performance indicators saw dramatic improvements in both customer satisfaction and efficiency. What could your life look like with this principle? Imagine cutting your work hours significantly while actually increasing your income. This isn't fantasy. It's what happens when you stop spreading yourself thin and focus intensely on what truly matters. The Millionaire Mindset, turning failure into fuel. Failing forward isn't just a catchy phrase. It's the invisible dividing line between those who achieve extraordinary success and those who remain stuck. While you've mastered the art of focusing on what truly matters, there's a fundamental difference in how your brain physically responds to setbacks compared to how a millionaire's brain does. What if the key to breakthrough success isn't avoiding failure, but completely rewiring how you process it? Our educational system has programmed us with a dangerous algorithm. Failure equals shame. From red marks on tests to public correction, we're conditioned to avoid failure at all costs. This creates the opposite mindset of what successful people cultivate. When someone with a fixed mindset faces failure, their brain activates defensive reactions. But in growth-minded individuals, the regions connected to learning and problem-solving light up instead. Dr. Carol Dweck discovered this critical distinction. Those with fixed mindsets believe their abilities are static. Failure becomes a judgment of their worth. Growth-minded individuals see abilities as malleable. Failure becomes valuable data. This difference creates actual structural changes in your brain, increasing activity in your prefrontal cortex. Think about J.K. Rowling facing 12 publishing rejections before Harry Potter found a home, or Steve Jobs being publicly fired from Apple. These weren't just setbacks. They were crucial ingredients in their success recipes. What makes these stories remarkable is how they processed failure differently than most of us do. Millionaires transform failure into fuel through a simple system. They document what happened without judgment, extract specific lessons, and immediately implement improvements. No wallowing, no avoidance, just rapid integration of data. Look at Elon Musk's approach to criticism. He actively seeks negative feedback, believing it accelerates innovation. This willingness to embrace critique creates a constant improvement cycle that compounds over time. Science confirms that self-compassion plays a crucial role too. When you treat yourself kindly after setbacks rather than harshly, you stay engaged with learning instead of shutting down. This maintains the psychological safety needed to analyze failure objectively and transform it into your most powerful asset. Passive income. Building your money machine. What if treating yourself with kindness after failure was just the beginning? While self-compassion keeps you learning, the real secret to financial freedom lies in building systems that generate wealth while you sleep. This isn't fantasy. It's exactly how millionaires create exponential growth while most people remain trapped in the linear income game. There's a fundamental difference between average earners and wealthy individuals. Most people follow a linear income model, trading hours for dollars, creating a ceiling on earnings based on time. Millionaires build wealth machines with multiple gears, assets generating revenue whether they're actively working or not. Think of passive income like planting money trees instead of selling your time. Nearly 40% of millennials have already started investing in these wealth-building systems. Why? Because when your income depends solely on active work, you're perpetually vulnerable. One illness or layoff can devastate your finances. Passive income options exist for everyone, regardless of starting capital. Digital products require upfront effort, but minimal maintenance afterward. Dividend stocks and real estate generate consistent returns with virtually no daily involvement, like having employees who work tirelessly without salaries. Real estate particularly stands out, providing both monthly cash flow and property appreciation. For those starting small, peer-to-peer lending platforms, let you earn interest rates higher than traditional savings with modest initial investments. What's exciting is how accessible these opportunities have become. Your existing knowledge can transform into digital assets that sell automatically while you sleep. The most successful passive income entrepreneurs follow this framework. Identify your expertise or interests. Create a minimal viable product to test market demand. Establish automated systems for sales and delivery. Scale by reinvesting profits into additional income streams. This compound effect explains why the average millionaire maintains 7 different income streams, while most Americans rely on just one. Each stream creates financial security and opportunities for wealth acceleration. Many entrepreneurs enjoying substantial monthly passive incomes started with just one digital product or small investment. The key isn't massive capital. It's taking that first step toward creating assets that work for you instead of you working for them. What if I told you that success isn't about making dramatic life changes, but about tiny habits compounding over time? That's the real secret. Small, consistent actions, when performed daily, create an unstoppable momentum that transforms ordinary people into extraordinary achievers. Implementation intentions, specific plans outlining when, where, and how you'll act, dramatically increase your follow-through rate. It's not about motivation, it's about having a system. These 5 habits build on each other, creating a positive spiral of growth. When setbacks occur, see them as data, not defeat. Which habit will you start tomorrow? Imagine waking up a year from now after consistently applying just one. The gap between dreaming and achieving is that first small step. Share your commitment in the comments. I'll be reading every one.